Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Yeah.
We're here to cut through the noise and really get to the heart of the sources you share with us.
And today we've got a message from Pastor Darren speaking to the house church. He's known for being pretty direct, very relatable.
Yeah, definitely. And our mission today, we're unpacking his thoughts on something, well, let's face it, most of us kind of dread. Correction. Discipline.
Right. But what if that discomfort is actually preparation? What if it's equipping us?
Interesting angle. So where does he start?
He kicks things off with a really personal prayer, actually, asking God for this, like overwhelming hunger for him.
An overwhelming hunger.
Yeah, especially when life gets overwhelming itself. He mentions things like health issues, even court battles, pretty raw stuff.
Wow, okay. And he connects that hunger. How?
Well, he uses this great comparison. He talks about his own experience with diabetic lows. You know, that feeling where you just have to clean the refrigerator out looking for food?
Okay. That desperate search, I get that.
Exactly. It paints a picture of how we instinctively go after what we truly, deeply desire or need.
So from hunger,
Mm-hmm.
where does correction come in? Seems like a jump.
It does, but he pivots pretty smoothly. He brings up Proverbs 3, specifically verses 11 and 12. You know, the Lord corrects those he loves.
Just as a father corrects a child in whom he delights.
Right.
I know that one.
Precisely. And that framing is key. It shifts the whole conversation away from, like, punishment.
So it's not God being angry then. How does he explain it?
He clarifies it's about a loving father guiding us, refining us, really, helping us grow, become mature, preparing us for every good work, like Paul talks about in 2 Timothy.
Okay, guidance, maturity.
He even uses this imagery, talks about heat rising in our life, like a fire that burns away the impurities.
Like being purified by the difficulty itself. That makes it kind of tough sense, I guess.
It does, and then he connects that to the bigger biblical picture. He looks back at the Israelites, Deuteronomy 8.
The wilderness churn.
Right. Remember how God let them wander for 40 years and let them get hungry before the manna came?
Yeah, that seems harsh. Why?
Well, Pastor Darren highlights it was intentional. God humbled them, tested their character, to teach them, ultimately, to rely completely on him, not just, bread.
So the uncomfortable situation. That was the point.
That seems to be the idea. God positions us in these spots, these tight corners, so we learn to trust him beyond what we can see or provide for ourselves.
Which brings us back to that core verse, doesn't it? From Deuteronomy and Matthew.
Exactly. People do not live by bread alone.
But by every word that comes from the mouth of God. It's a powerful reminder about where our real sustenance comes from.
Absolutely. It's about ultimate provision.
Okay, but let's be real. Discipline, correction. It's not fun. Pastor Darren acknowledges that, right? I heard he uses humor.
Oh, yeah. He totally gets that. He says very plainly, no discipline is enjoyable while it's happening. It's painful. We all feel that.
So how does he illustrate that feeling?
This is brilliant, actually. He showed his socks during the sermon.
His socks. Seriously.
Yep. And written on the bottom, I'd rather be fishing.
Huh. That's perfect. That feeling of just wanting to escape the hard stuff. Check out.
Exactly. It's so relatable, that urge to just avoid the discomfort. But then he brings in Hebrews 12:11.
Okay, what's the promise there?
It promises that afterward, after the discipline, there will be peace, a peaceful harvest of right living.
A peaceful harvest.
Huh.
So there's a purpose beyond the pain. It leads somewhere good.
That's the core message. It's not just about enduring, it's about being equipped, made ready.
Like who? Any examples?
He points to Joshua and Caleb, remember them, facing giants in the promised land.
Yeah, everyone else was terrified, but they trusted God.
Right. And Pastor Darren suggests that their willingness to trust, maybe shaped by past discipline or challenges, equipped them. It made them ready to face those giants and step into the blessings God had for them, knowing it wasn't just their own strength, but God's power.
So the discipline prepares you to receive the promise.
That seems to be the takeaway. This whole deep dive into Pastor Darren's message, it really suggests that correction, yeah, it's uncomfortable, we might want to go fishing instead. But it's fundamentally an act of love. It's designed to shape us, refine our character, and get us ready for the abundant life God actually wants for us.
So thinking about this for you listening, the next time you hit one of those tough spots, that moment where you just feel like putting on those I'd rather be fishing socks,
Yeah.
maybe try reframing it. Could it be less of a setback and more like God actively equipping you? preparing you for something greater, maybe even that peaceful harvest.
And it's not just theoretical. Pastor Darren shared this really cool, tangible outcome he mentioned, quite proudly, actually.
Notice that.
2 young men from his church, guys who've presumably embraced this mindset of discipline and perseverance. They recently competed in a local race.
Great.
They placed first and third. It's a small thing, maybe, but it's like this little echo of the bigger theme, right?
Yeah.
Perseverance, discipline, leading to a tangible reward, a victory.